our stream in the channel of my work.
Okay, we are live. Welcome everyone. So today we're going to have so much fun because it's Friday and I love Fridays. So I have with me a very special person, someone who's a bit crazy, I know, but that's okay. And we're going to try and continue what we did last week, which was completely fail live on a stream. We're going to try and learn React again because we failed last time. So everyone welcome Mr. Tim Bennix.
No, we shall be learning some React.
We shall. So
We shall be learning.
Hopefully it's gonna all be okay. Hopefully we'll do better than we did the last time because we kind of really didn't do good.
Well, we started with some stuff, but it felt like at one point we were sharing some state. We used the hook. We kind of did some stuff though.
We did. We got far, but it's not always easy to learn, is it? And especially when you've come from another framework, come into something else, and everything's different. And it's kind of like it's like when you move to a new country and you got to learn a new language, right? And you got to learn it
exactly.
fast. And then you're like freaking out because you're like, I can't speak it. So yeah, you know what, Tim? I was thinking we should call this the Fridays of Debbie and Tim or something, or Debbie and Tim Friday challenges or something, and we should just challenge ourselves every week. And I don't know.
You know what? I would actually enjoy that because that means on my Friday, I will be rebuilding my own website in Nuxt. It will stay in Nuxt, but I will also do it in React and then learn from that. And if it's better, I don't know. I might use that as my live site, but it means that every Friday I actually do this and learn. Otherwise, my calendar is full. I'm just too busy. I'm
doing the same. I'm going to rebuild my website in React. It's still going to stay in Nuxt because, come on, like Nuxt is super fast and super cool and super performant.
Yeah, exactly.
But I want to rebuild it in React because I know my website and I know what I built. So it's easier to kind of rebuild that
in
React.
Exactly.
Okay, so first of all, let's have a look at what we've learned. Like, do you feel you've progressed in a week? Like, have you got any further?
I personally feel like I think I did because I learned more about the fact that React is just functions. And of course, Vue is also, but in React, it's very, how do you say that? Like, it feels like very verbose. You can see everything and you can control it in the way you want. And that's pretty cool. And because of that, you can use some TypeScript. So at work, I've had to do that a bit. And I did another stream myself, just on my own channel, just trying to figure stuff out, where I used Next.js. And I've learned that it works, but it's not as easy as using Nuxt, in my opinion. There are some magical functions you have to put into a file to make it work, but they're never called somewhere. They're auto-magically called, and to me, that's a little bit strange. So yes, it's more verbose and interesting to see how it works, but it's also more magic when you add Next.js. And one last thing, hot module reload in React seems to be super fast with Webpack, and that's very interesting to me.
Wow. Okay. Maybe
but so
smaller.
I'm not sure if I learned a lot. It's just I formed more opinions. That might be it.
Opinions are good. Pedro, hey Pedro. Pedro's in the house.
Can I see the chat here? Yes, I can. Wait, let me just open and see the chat.
I'll add them constantly to the what do you call it? The stream, so people can see that Pedro's here as well.
Hey Pedro.
Good.
What's up? Thank you for joining.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I've been really lucky this week. I've managed to have a lot of time where I've been pair programming with other people, right? And when you pair program with React developers, with people who actually know what they're doing, you move a lot faster. So I learned a lot. I think I learned more from pair programming than I did from just reading or doing a workshop or doing a course, etc. I mean, when I do a workshop, and I've done some really, really, really good ones, and they're amazing, but my brain kind of takes it in, and then it kind of like doesn't know what to do with it, right? It's just all there. And when I see it and watch it, I kind of like, yeah, I get that, right? And I do get it, so I understand it, but I don't know how to actually program it.
I have that same thing. That's why I never really do workshops. I did one once in Bulgaria, I think. No, where was it? Far away. And Natalia was actually showing us GraphQL in Vue. And there I did learn a lot.
Yeah.
But then I didn't learn enough to actually do it myself. So I've had to build my website in Gridsom, and then suddenly I learned. So I guess I'm a bit the same as you. But I did have one cool thing happen this week where Cam, who was there last stream, he had to do Vue.js for our core product where I work. And he was like, what is happening here? I don't understand. So I actually went into a meeting and helped him out with a Vue.js related thing. And so he had to kind of understand. And now I am also learning how different Vue is with managing of data and reactive properties as React. And we had to like dive in because it was Vue 2, so Vue 2 options API, but it was a generated component. And it was so completely different than our React code. So it was a nice way to, well, for me to help him for a change, and also to understand that it's so different in React.
Yeah, Pedro had a great question there in the chat. Like, how is it your process of pair programming on remote working? So it's a very good question, right? Because we're pair programming. Yes. We're not even in the same country, right? And it's exactly what me and you are doing today. And we're going to do that today. We're going to pair program today. So we're going to show you exactly how we do it. But I've found it so, like, it's not been a problem that the person is not in the same room as me. They don't need to. Like, we have such great channels. You can see the person, you can hear the person, you can share the same screen, you can share the same VS Code, coding, everything, even the terminals, you can share everything. So pair programming is just about actually spending time with each other remotely, and it works just perfect for us.
Yeah, and well, for the last couple of years, I have worked like this because I work globally. Yep. And so everybody's in a different office anyway. So all our meetings have been like this. Our pair programming sessions are actually better remote because you'll see what Debbie has set up for us.
Yes.
Where we're basically coding together. You're going to see that. It's really fun.
Okay, so let's open the code, right? So we can actually, I don't know, talk through what we've learned. And that's
you with your fancy background.
No, default one. So do you know what the first thing I did actually, what I've learned, which is really interesting. I learned that the theme I was using was not React theme. Therefore, things were turning different colors, and the React developers were like, why is it in red? And I was like, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. So obviously I'm a massive fan of Sarah Drasner, and her Night Owl theme is my favorite.
I have the same.
Yeah. Exactly. But it's not designed for React. Oh, you've got a cat there.
Oh, wow. Really?
So yeah, this is an issue because then it kind of throws you off and you think it's an error. So they were kind of saying that's an error, but it's not an error, right? So yeah. So hey, oh, this is a weird name to say.
What's up?
Maud. Sorry, I say people's names really badly, so apologies. So yes, hey, you've learned a lot from us both. You really love Nuxt. Yeah, I love Nuxt too.
We love Nuxt too.
Pedro says, very cool. He's from a startup. There's only 4 and with specific roles, front end, and I'm alone. Oh, Pedro, you're never alone. You're never alone. Remember,
no, you have us.
You have the whole world. We're all here. So yeah, basically, I've changed my theme to just the default theme. But if there's any React developers out there that have a really cool theme that want to share with me that's as cool as Sarah Drasner's Night Owl theme, please send it to me because I don't like default themes. I like to be a little bit cooler.
You are certainly cooler.
So things I learned, which is quite interesting, right, is just like the little brackets, right? So putting this, one pair of brackets, I'm now in JavaScript land, right? So once I put one curly brace, I'm in JavaScript, right? And Vue,
I had to learn that too. I like it. But it's also not bad. It's just different and strange because this JSX is a language, basically. It's like a templatey language kind of thing. So I have to get used to that.
I'm kind of not finding it strange anymore. I don't know. I mean, what I like about React is it's very simple to understand. Like we come in here, right? And this is what we did before. And if you were here last week, you would have seen it. And basically, like we're just importing React here, right? And we're saying import theme context because we kind of went all funky and tried to make a theme and try to do cool things. But it's basically just a function, and we're just creating a function and passing in props. Once we pass in props, then we can just spread these props so we can use whatever props that button is going to get, and then we're just saying the props.children, right? Which is oh, it's Fry Debbie Day.
Miguel.
Thanks, Miguel. Yes, Fry Debbie Day. Do you like that? Could be Fry Tim Debbie Day or Debbie Tim Day, something like that.
Yeah, we're not there yet. Our names, we'll figure something out.
We've got to
No, but
name
like
it.
what I really think is nice that in React props is more strong. It has more things. It has children and it has more context to it. And so you have more freedom with it.
Yeah.
This is kind of nice.
And I was always afraid, right? I mean, I started with React like 4 years ago, right? And my React skills were so bad. And React has changed, it has evolved a lot. Now, I was very afraid to go back to React because for me, React was more difficult. And I'm so used to Vue and Nuxt. And Nuxt is easy. Come on, Nuxt makes your life easy. Anyone can Nuxt, and anyone can build an application in a day with Nuxt, and that's amazing, right? But we all think, oh my God, I don't want to work in React because it's too difficult. And it's not that it's too difficult, it's just that it's more JavaScripty. So if you have the basis of JavaScript, it will make your life easier. And once you can kind of understand those things, understanding what spread is, what destructuring is, things like that, which is the JavaScript that I didn't learn 4 years ago because it wasn't even there, right? It's all the new kind of funky JavaScript that's kind of come out. Oh, look, Pedro's given us a name.
And also a good question before it.
Yes, you prefer the use context as React have or composition API. In my opinion, it's more easy to understand Vue. I only started learning the composition API, so I'm not an expert in it. And I've only started learning use context, so I'm not an expert in that either. So I don't really know what I prefer because I haven't used them enough. What about you, Tim? Have you an opinion?
I think, well, they're probably not similar, but the use context thing is something you kind of have to wrap your head around. But it's a really cool thing that gives you a getter and a setter kind of thing. But I think, isn't it similar also with the composition API? I don't know. I've used both, but not extensively, right? Because
I don't know. I can't comment on them, to be honest.
Because all the projects I work on are generally enterprisey, big, fancy projects, and they're not going to use Vue 3 yet. It's too scary.
Hey.
Hey, dude, what's up? It's very nice to see all these lovely people join us.
Do you know what I found out that I didn't know? And I learned this yesterday. This is really interesting, right? If we return, right, we have like, this is a very basic function called welcome. We're returning a H1 that says hello and passing in the props.name and the props.name too, right? It's very simple.
Yeah.
But if we put this in brackets like this, and don't remove, now this tells me, right? It's going to actually tell me unexpected token, right? So it's really cool. But I was leaving it in there and this causes an error, right? You have to actually remove.
Well, is that because it's JSX or is that because it's just JavaScript?
I don't know, but I just found that out yesterday. I was like, why is it not working? Why is it not working? This is driving me mad. And then it was like, oh, you don't like me having
But we could have some sort of ESLint here, right? For this.
Well, it did pick it up, didn't it? I mean, like literally,
it did.
Right? But I didn't have it, like I had it on a smaller screen, so I wasn't scrolling enough and I didn't see it. So yeah. It's similar, but have more, let me just throw Pedro's, what Pedro's saying in there. It's similar, but have more few steps than Vue. That's the thing.
Yeah, Vue is it's a little bit more magical. It just works because behind closed doors, you just make it a ref or you make it dynamic and then or reactive. And then it's just this proxy that it uses.
That is JSX, Pedro says. Thank you. That's a JSX.
Okay, so this is JSX then. Okay, cool.
That's good to know. And obviously then I also learned, which I kind of knew, but simple things that, if you want it on another line, you just got to wrap it in, in this.
Exactly. Because you're returning a function that is a string that is parsed by JSX.
Exactly. Whereas if you do that, I mean, it's telling me, right? Which is good. Unreachable code detect. I like that. Unreachable. It's unreachable. You can't get there. That's cool. Right?
But when you hit save now, does it fix it for you in your editor?
You know what? I didn't set it up on this app. So I don't have an auto. I haven't set up prettier or anything. Remember, we built this app in like a second, right? So it's kind of.
Yeah, this is true. Last week, this was like, click, let's go.
Yeah. So here it's like, hello, JavaScript. And literally, I could just put in any JavaScript I want in here, right? I could say 2 plus 2. Can I do that? I mean, I didn't try that before.
This must be possible.
Do you think that works? I mean, because it's not a string, it's JavaScript, right? So let's look at our funky app and hello 4.
Yes, it works.
Right? You see that? Look at that. Hello 4. I lost my name because I changed my name to 2 plus 2. But that's the thing, right? You're actually able to do any kind of JavaScript cool functionality once you put that. And that's kind of like, I'm in a string, I'm in H1, and now I'm like, oh, give me some JavaScript, and like in and out, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of funny that we are like so happy about the basics, but it's just where we are.
I know, but like when you understand the basics, you can build on top of that. Whereas if you build something and it's like what you tried to show me last week, right? You went, look what I've got, this whole application, right? And then you're like, but I don't know how to do anything, right? And that's the thing.
Yeah,
If you know the
I'm really
basics.
good at assuming something that works and then just hack it. But it doesn't mean you actually understand it. That's why it was good
Yeah,
that we went back to basics.
because we know code, right? And we can read code. So me and you could read Angular or React code, get the gist of
Yeah.
it, know it,
Yeah.
understand it because we have experience. But if you ask me to build it from scratch, I'd be like, how do I do that? Right? And that's the thing
Yeah.
you need to learn is the basics of being able to do it. So we have 45 minutes, more or less.
Exactly.
Right? And Pedro's asking me, is Bit recruiting and do you need international experience? What do you call international experience? Come on. Everything is like, there's no borders nowadays, right? So it's all
No,
good.
I guess maybe cultural differences,
Oh, no
understanding them.
problem. No problem. We're all, I mean, yeah, I think the world is no borders now. So I wouldn't worry about things like that.
No,
So,
you should better if you want to go somewhere, be bold.
yeah, yeah. So,
This is
Tim,
I tell this to everybody.
I haven't really learned more hooks or anything like that. Like I've literally, do you know what I did? Actually, I should show you this. I built a component. Oh, look at that. Hello from
Oh boy.
Hero. This works how it
I
should.
kind of want to see how you did that.
I don't know if I want to show you because it's very complex, but it's too high level for you, Tim. No, I'm
I'm
only
gonna
messing.
assume that's true then.
What I did was I actually used I use Bit to build my component, right? Because I work at Bit, so
Really? Of course you
yeah.
did.
So you got to use Bit. So I actually built my component in my Bit workspace.
Mm-hmm.
When we work with Bit, we think about components. So I'm thinking about a component, a hero component. What is a hero component made up of? It's made up of a. Tell me, Tim. Go on, say it to me. How would you describe that component? How would you build that component?
It's a title.
Okay. And continue.
I don't know. What do you want me to do? So a hero component generally has an image, a title, and a description, and a CTA.
Okay.
And you
Cool.
did almost all of those.
Cool. And are they all in the one component?
It depends how granular you want to be. You can do atomic design. So you can have a title that's an atom, and then you can reuse that title everywhere. Like the number is 0 could be that same atomic title.
Exactly.
So potentially in Bit, you can make atoms and then put those together through some magic that is Bit to make another component that then becomes a molecule, which has multiple atoms in it. And that molecule is then the hero. Is that the answer you're looking for?
More or less. You're just
Maybe?
taking it all sciencey on me, right? Let's just think about
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
It's just a component. This is a component. This is a component. And this is a component.
Okay, so you made separate components and then put them together.
Yep.
That's the one sentence version of what I just said.
Exactly. That's a simplified version. Tim just went all science.
Yeah.
But yes, so this is a hero component composed of 3 components, which means if I want to change my title across my application, I change it in one place and my title gets updated. And then like in here, I think, what were you, an app? Are we an app? I think we're an app. I'm still figuring out the React things. So here I just imported my hero from, this is like my published package. And you can all steal my hero if you want, right? You can all just like steal it. If you actually take that code.
Is this on GitHub right now? Or is this on NPM?
Well, it's on Bit.
Oh, I'm gonna have to learn this. Okay, so this is actually. So how does React know that this is Bit and not GitHub, for example, with the slash and the username and stuff?
Well, yeah, you install it with NPM as well, like as in you install it, but it's living on the Bit cloud, not it's not living in the NPM registry. It's living on the Bit cloud.
Hey, Matthias. Sorry, my buddy just joined, so I had to say hi.
Oh, let's put him up there. Hey. So yeah, so basically I'm importing it from here, and this is like, it's going into my node modules. It's finding it from there because that's where it is. That's where I've imported it. And then I can just use it. And this is where we get our props, right? So I'm going to say...
Is this a React component that you got from Bit, or is this like a native JavaScript component or something?
So I built this myself. This was my learning task. It took me a week to do, right? This is what I did in a whole week. I built a component composed of 3 components.
Cool.
And like putting in things like this. So I passed in a lot of kind of children and props, and I'm able to like change it, like, we are live, and like, and we can put on a Friday, right? And then the ID, and I just put like ID is Tim and the class is Debbie, like stupid things, but just to show that you can add because I added these as like extra props, I can add whatever I want in here. So maybe you want to do Cypress testing and you want to do like a data ID, like a Cypress test ID.
Yeah.
So being able to pass in like those kind of props, then that's kind of
And
like.
did you, for those props, and now I'm just going to ask and try to learn. So, oh, sorry, like a tractor just drove by.
No, that's okay. So if I save this, right? If I save this, then we are live
Anyways.
for Friday. You
Oh,
see?
cool.
But
No,
like,
so now I want to know those
yeah,
props. Did you type them inside the hero that it has to be a string or something, or how
yeah,
does that work?
of course, because I use TypeScript, and that's something else I'm learning. So I basically
Woohoo.
said that it has to be a string. So if I pass in an object, it should break. I mean, I don't know because I never actually tried this, and I don't even know how to pass in an object in here. Like, would I just do that? But that
Yeah.
should just like it just prints out a string, right?
Yeah,
So
it
it's
makes a
just gonna,
string because it probably forces the string.
yeah, I
Oh
mean,
no, remove the quotes.
I could yeah, because I'm in string, because I'm in quotes. If I remove this, this should be JavaScript, but I think that's going to
Yeah,
break.
but this is not valid JavaScript anyways,
No, so it's
because
just
it
going to
needs to be a
break, and
key and
that's
a
just going to
value.
break, right? So that doesn't work. But
But if you make this a key and a value, it will probably be actual JavaScript and it might
oh,
work.
let me do that again. I know what you mean. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to do things properly, right? So like,
Not properly. I just want to see how it breaks, if it breaks. You know
no,
what I
it still
mean?
breaks.
And
It still breaks.
no, but life needs to be a string because
Oh, sorry.
it's not yeah. Let's try
No,
it like this.
still breaks.
Oh, nothing is happy.
No, unexpected token. So that's like us not understanding how to do it. But
Yeah, okay.
either way, I can pass in these, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna do a whole like I think next week maybe I'll be able to do a live stream and teach you how to build your components with Bit.
I
We'll do
will
it
be
next
there because I'm very interested in this.
because I've got to this stage and I've built this and I'm really proud of this. Like seriously, like it took a week, right? Like it is super cool. Like look at that, that's cool. And it's taken from my website, right? If you go to Debbie.codes, that's my hero. And I've just
Oh, really?
reactified. Yeah, like let me show you.
Is there any way you can show us the code of the hero?
Yeah, I'm sure I can. Like that's my hero.
Oh, this one. There
Just
we go.
text
Cool.
is I haven't put in the font, right? I haven't like, but that's my
Sure.
component, right? So the idea is because this component is used across all my pages, right? Just with like different text and stuff. But when I first created that component, I created as one component that has all these three things. So now in React, I've kind of like, oh, double curly. Someone
Yeah,
is
it would have
helping
been a
us. I
double.
love when people help us out.
Yeah, I think that actually. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
probably it.
JavaScript object. That's it, Tim.
Oh boy.
Rocks. Thank you, Mosab. Double curly double. I need to really.
This is what it is.
I need
for
to remember
sure.
that, right? So now this is it's an objects are not valid as React child. It found an object with keys, Tim. If you meant to render a collection of children, use an array instead.
There we go. Nice.
Right.
So actually super cool error message.
So anyway, why do you not go backwards? Well, anyway, let me just go back and put another title in and just say, yay. And now we broke it because I've left that in. Go away. Okay, cool.
Okay, we're back in business.
Pay me. You want me to pay you? Thank you, Mosef. Right. So that's basically it. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I have it here because I don't want to open another application because I just don't.
Oh yeah, of course, because that hero comes actually from Bit.
So look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this.
Oh,
I am in a Node module. I live in a Node module. Isn't that cool? This is like this coolest thing ever. I've never been a Node module before. Right, now my component is pretty complex, so this wasn't my plan to show you this, but anyway, we're here now. So I'm trying to render an object. That's the area. Exactly, and I can't render an object because it's a string. So that's what Pedro's saying. So cool. So basically, yeah, this is me in here in my Node modules.
That's
right?
Lots of subcomponents.
Yes, I know, right? Because I went a bit hardcore. So in my hero component, let me just open up my hero TSX. Right, and this is as simple as it is. Like this is basically like, my heading 1, my H1, my subtitle, which is a component. And I just kind of flexed, use a flex whatever to kind of like, make that all funky.
Yeah.
And then my line break, I don't even know it should be called a line break, right? It's probably a terrible name. Naming is hard. So
well, the fact that you named the component heading 1, which then has the alias of heading, If you now make it a heading 2, it breaks. So naming is hard.
Yes, but if I wanted to make it a heading 2, I'd have to just change heading 2 and
But
import
that
as
would
heading.
work, right? If you now made that a 2 and the other, yeah. So that's okay. That's cool.
Yeah, because I just have to import from the heading, and my heading component contains heading up to 6 because we have 6 heading components.
Oh, cool. Okay, that actually okay. So it actually made a lot of sense, and I was being silly. Nice. You
Yeah.
see, you learn every day.
And then here I've put in like, that it's got to be a string. So this is my TypeScript thing. I've learned what the question mark is. So it's like, you don't have to put it in because I've put a default in as title and subtitle. I don't even know if that makes sense to put it in, right? So if I actually remove my props, I will just get title and subtitle.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the rest, right? Passing in the rest, you know what that does? I learned this.
Yeah, so this is the rest of all the props that you get in, and then you just pass it through.
Yeah.
Right?
So the rest is like my ID or my Cypress ID or whatever. So I'm allowed to add that onto
anything you want, you put here. I like it.
Exactly. And it's really cool, right? Because you're allowed to do it. So, on this div, like this is where my rest stuff are going, right? My Cypress ID, my class, if I wanted to put another class, for example, or whatever I want. So it's kind of like when you look at that, it doesn't look that scary anymore. I don't know.
Well, let's be honest. You learned more than me this week.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, you did.
I'm not using the theme context here, so don't ignore that. I haven't actually got to use it yet. Oh, hang on.
Your
Pedro in the
context.
house. You can delete the div wrapper of line break and pass as props the class name. Yeah, but I wanted it to be, I think that was just my CSSing kind of thing. Like I know I could pass in a style in here, but I wanted this to be flex and separated from that, and that's why I did it. Because the line break is just a span. It's just but yeah, that's just positioning and CSSing. But yeah, basically passing in title, subtitle, and adding in my HTML. This is something that's new to us, right? Adding in the HTML.
Yeah, all of this. And the fact that like in Vue, when you add other props, they automatically get added. And in React, you have to actually say add the other stuff also.
Yes, it's like
I'm adding a little bit more hands-on, but also more control.
Yes, because like the div knows you can have like, I don't know, things, whatever the div can have.
Yeah.
So it's basically saying, yeah, I'm going to use a div and I want to get all the attributes that a div accepts and has. So it's just about learning this, right? And then this is like my TypeScript, right? So I go in here and I go TypeScript. These are my hero props. So these are my hero props and what I've defined here.
And so now that you learned TypeScript, because I've had to look at that also at work this week, and they use an interface and you're using a type.
Yeah.
Do you know the difference?
I've learned it on a course, on a workshop-y thing, right? But I haven't actually played enough with it to describe it on a live stream, right? Don't put me under that pressure, Tim. Come on.
I think I have learned recently that there are people who do types and there are people who do interfaces.
Okay.
I think that's like a tribe selection kind of thing.
Okay. So,
but let's not say too much because I don't know enough about it to actually judge.
About it, yeah. But yeah, Tim, what do you think? This is cool, right?
I love this. I want to try Bit now.
Well, this is just a way of like being able to like share your component and use your component in any application. And you could just import that and you could use that in your application and you could create tim.codes and be exactly the same as me, but you could also just like change it by using the theme context, right? So you could just
tell me how this is different than an NPM package.
Oh, now we're going hardcore, and that should be for next week. But it's very
next week. No, next week because we have half an hour left.
Like it's very different. Oh, thank you, Moseb. There's no difference between type and interface. It's very different to an NPM package because I'm able to, right, this is the cool thing, and I'm not going to do this now. I'm going to show you all this next week because I'm only just learning, because I'm still learning everything. I'm still like, but I can import this into my application and actually modify it in here so that it's not in my node modules. I could just import it in here, right?
Yeah.
Into my components, import it, see it, edit it, and then I could export it.
Oh, you make your own version of it or something?
Yes, right? So that's
like,
cool.
It's like a fork style thing.
Yeah, I guess. So it's like you just like bump up a new version, but you can actually see it in the application. That's what makes it really powerful. But that's something, let's do that next week. Because it's
this is a bit too much. Yeah, okay, sure.
I need to fully learn it properly, like play with it more. And I've only done it once. So I'm kind of like, yeah, let's not do it right now. But that's the kind of full power of Bit. And I'm going to show you next week how Bit works. Yeah, I'm going to show you how Bit works next week. Let's do that next week.
Okay, so maybe what I should then do next week is actually make my own Bit component.
No, we'll do it live.
So we can also make one live. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm going to put you under pressure, right? Because we can do live, and I'll talk you through it, and I'll teach you it, and we'll do it live, and we'll export it, and I'll import it into my application. Okay. So what I want to do is
there's actually different people thinking different things about types and
yeah,
interfaces.
we started a type interface thing going on here. I go types for functions, interfaces for everything else. Okay, so this is all new to us. So, you know, like...
Yeah, we're learning this.
Like types works for me. I'm just going to stick with types until someone throws me an interface, and then I'll be like, you know, yeah, exactly, Pedro. Mind-blowing, seriously. Right, so Tim, you know what I want to do?
Yeah,
right?
No, I don't.
Have you ever heard of Docusaurus?
I heard the word. I have never seen it.
I don't know if I can spell it right. Hello, Google. What do you want me to do? I agree. I so agree with you.
Docusaurus.
Docusaurus, right. So I have heard that this is very like Nuxt content.
Okay.
Right. So I want to create a website, like a Docs kind of website. And Docusaurus is apparently the React way of doing things compared to Nuxt content, right? This is the document for version 1, and I want version 2. Okay.
Yeah, let's go to 2. Here we go.
So... we can build optimized websites quickly and focus on your content, right? So you get not just documentation, you can build whatever, right? So it's kind of like, you know, ViewPress, right?
Ah, yeah, exactly.
Okay. So ViewPress, Nuxt content, that kind of thing. Powered by Markdown, built using React, and ready for translations, right? Document versioning, content search. So yeah, these guys love it. And let's build this. Let's build this, right? You're going to have to help me because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Okay.
So this seems like the stuff that like the Tailwind docs are made out of, for example.
Yeah, which is Nuxt docs, Nuxt content is what the
Tailwind. Oh, yeah, okay.
Like the Tailwind module for Nuxt. So let's get started now. This is like, we're going to read different documentation today. Let's see if we can actually do something more productive than last week. It's still an alpha. That's fine. I can live in alpha. But it's already quite stable. So since mid-2019, come on, it's now 2021. Never mind.
That's a very long alpha.
Okay, right, so let's get started. We want to get started. Introduction, design principles, get started, right? Installation, let's do this. Let's do this, Tim.
I'm so ready. I'm just looking at the screen to see what you're reading. Requirement, we are good with that, probably. Okay, we can just go CLI.
And do I need a name and template? What is a name and template? Oh, let's just do this example. I like examples. I hate when they give me brackets and things like that. Right. So I don't know.
Oh, but what is that template?
Classic. Let's just go classic. I'm just going classic. I'm not going to get all funky here. Right. So do we build this? We don't build this inside a React app, right? So I need to create a new application, right?
Yeah, let's make a whole new thing and leave this one behind. And we go
CD,
Docusaurus.
Workspace, make dear, what do we call this? Live docs. Live docs. That sounds cool.
Good. I like this.
CD live docs. And then we're just going to go npx Docusaurus init, latest init, my website classic.
Let's run.
Should we
call it live docs, but then you're going to make a live docs folder inside your live docs folder. It's fine. Let's do it.
That's like, I know this gets all, I should have done it on the outside. Ooh, need to install the following packages. Well, yeah, of course I want to install the packages.
Well, the fact that it wants to install it, that's nice.
Let me bump that up a bit so you can see what's going on. Okay to proceed. Oh, I didn't enter. Okay, we're proceeding. So we're installing, right? So let that install. That's going to do all its kind of cool things. I'm installing with Yarn. That's cool because I like Yarn. And let's see what else. If you do not specify a name or template, it will prompt you one. Okay, that's cool. So we got that anyway. Right, okay, let's go down. You see how I read docs? I just jump from one to the other.
Hey, this is how I read too, from code block to code block.
Let me see the fun things, right? The project structure. Okay, running the development server. Yeah, CD and So this is still building. So basically that's cool. We want a CD and we want an npm run, and that should give us what we want, right?
Yeah, let's just let this thing finish and see what we get when we run it.
Yeah, and I'm going to stop this because we don't need to see that website anymore.
No, exactly.
It's taking a little bit long because, live streaming and doing everything. And
downloading stuff. Maybe there's a lot of dependencies for this template.
I've absolutely no idea. I mean, it's obviously installing React, and MDX. I think it uses MDX. Have you used MDX?
NPX is just
no MDX.
MDX. No, I haven't. Sorry.
So I'm guessing, but I'm just speaking out loud. So maybe don't quote me on this, because this is the first time I've opened this documentation, and this is the first time I'm doing anything with it. So.
Well, until now, it kind
of
look
at that.
Okay, we're good.
I love it. Success. Created React docs. Inside that directory, you can run several commands. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do cd React docs, right? So now I'm in there. And then I'm going to do something really stupid, which is I'm just going to open another... You're going to
open another code from here. We are behind our cameras, by the way.
Yeah, sorry, I just did it there. I'm just opening another browser. Code insiders.
Oh, you're an insider, right? Yeah, exactly.
I'm an insider. I live on the edge, which means I get all the latest versions, and if something breaks, I see it first, which is great. But I like living on the edge, so that's why it's insiders and not code. Now we can't. We've got to do. You're not going to be inside.
Oh, that's the no, just continue. It's fine.
Okay, well, you just help me with talking through it.
Yeah, I'll just shout out some stuff. It's all good.
So the command was start, wasn't it?
Yarn start.
Yep. Let's do it. Let's see what we get. And if I need your help, I'll just send you the live share. If anyone has out there and hasn't used live share, you should seriously try it. It's really, really cool. Tim just seen it for the first time. Tim, is it cool?
Yes. We haven't actually used it much, but it is cool.
Bye-bye, Debbie and Tim. Oh, look, say bye-bye to that beautiful website we created.
The fun stuff is I can see Debbie's local host on my machine because of the live stream with...
Tim, look what we got.
Whoa. It looks really, really good.
This is nice.
Let me just refresh this here.
This is what I did. I just did an
But I have it on my screen now also because we are still live sharing something somewhere.
Wow, seriously, you can see my local host.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Okay, so this looks really cool.
Okay, so let's just close the terminal and let's see what we got in here, right? So we got a Docusaurus. Anything with a dot is probably just ignoring stuff. That's doing its business, right?
I think that is basically the .nuxt folder.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. We've got a blog. Oh my God, we've got a blog called Hola. Oh, how do they know I speak Spanish?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to change this and go, Hola, this is our first blog post live, right? Let's see just where that changes, right? This is exactly the same as Nuxt content, right? This is my YAML. I'm putting in all my, YAML stuff. And then this is my
marker. Exactly. This is the similar approach.
Right? If I do this, it's going to give me a heading.
Header
right?
2.
Yeah, so...
Okay, let's save this and see if it actually did something. Hey, Felix, what's up?
Hey.
Well, blog is on the top here, so...
Oh my God.
But it didn't... Does it show your stuff? Hola, there it is, but it doesn't have your content.
Where is my stuff? Right, let's figure
Well, it's the Hola one.
It's the Hola one, which is this
one.
Is
it still... Let's check the...
Hola, this is our first blog post. It's just...
But go back to the blog and then you don't see it.
Docusaurus core team.
But
because that's
if
here.
If you go back to the blog overview page, you don't actually see it.
This is hello from me, and the author is Debbie. I'm not going to change the avatar for now. Oh, I can't even spell my name. Oh my God. Right, and if I change that.
Yeah, this works nicely.
Oh, look. It's going to go to GitHub and everything. I can actually put my GitHub name in there. This is interesting. It's just actually given me a whole complete blog. Oh my God.
But can you go to the blog overview page? Because there we didn't see your update. You scroll down?
No.
Now it is. Okay, now it works. It just needed some time maybe.
No, I think we just were looking at the wrong thing. We were looking at we were looking at the YAML and not the actual MD.
Maybe, yeah.
So let me click on Hola, and look, we got our heading, right? And you can see it's a, oh, and
It's so cool. It just works. This is, and also it was fast.
I like this. This is cool,
It's
right?
a bit like, it's Vue Press, basically.
Yeah, but it's split it up into blog and docs, right?
Which
so
is
doc
good.
1 is like this, and look, it's giving you a whole markdown kind of like a way to, see everything in markdown if you don't know how
Like the
markdown
whole
works.
style guide is in there. That's cool.
Even tables, like this is actually giving you, it's giving you everything so that if you just want to
And this
copy
is
and paste.
probably the GitHub markdown, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. And this one is just like an empty one, and
we can look, if you go to the second one again, you can see how you can link to other docs pages.
Yeah,
which
because
is cool.
it's a local link, right? So it's a local link
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Markdown. And then
That
external
is
link.
nice.
This is really well
do you
done.
think this might be based on like Next or something, or is it a completely custom thing?
I don't know. No idea.
No, I don't know.
So this is
accurate.
let's just call it doc4.md, and we're gonna put it. Oh no! Don't do that. What did you do? VS Code. I didn't ask you to do that.
What just happened?
I don't know. It just threw some weird stuff in there. So when you start up, you add in this. Oh. I don't know what it's doing. This is put ID 4 and put, what did I put in here? Name, title. Debbie and Tim try. I can't even spell Docusaurus. Docusaurus.
No, it's actually not the easiest. Yeah.
That'll do, right? And we can have a sidebar label. Oh, I like this, right?
And also a slug, which is cool.
Sidebar label is the label that's going to go on the side. So we're going to call this, let's just call it Debbie and Tim, right?
Yeah, cool.
And you said there's a slug, right? That's the root slug, and this has no slug. So I'm
this
guessing
one doesn't have a slug because maybe it's below another one or something.
Now I want you out of here. Get out of my life. That's better.
Yeah, and now escape. Click escape. Yes.
Okay, and then with like, this is really cool and very quick to create content. So now if I go to docs, we have, where's my number 4?
Do we maybe need to do a hard refresh of the page? Or do we need to, oh, you know what? We might have to link to it.
Think?
Okay, so this is something super fancy that
this is
we're not ready for yet.
You can write JSX. You can write JSX and use React components within your Markdown.
Yeah, that's cool.
What do you think, Tim?
That's what Nux has also. I like it.
Yeah, so this is cool. This is like, your component. But I want to know why okay, let's refresh it and see. Come on, number 4. You should be in there. You're not there. Why are you not there?
Let's see. This is interesting. Maybe you do need to link to it somehow.
Felix is in the house. Hello, Felix. Anyone know Docusaurus? Why is this not working? Doc4.md. What did I do wrong? Let me just have a look. I got an ID, Doc3. Oh, look, my ID is just 4. Maybe that could be something.
Maybe a number is not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try this. By the way, my cat just laid down on my keyboard. It's still working, but okay, let's refresh maybe.
This is strange. Doc4.md. Like Doc3 has ID, title. Oh, we didn't put a title. We did put a title. Let's remove the sidebar label just so we don't get like, I don't know. Refresh. This should work.
Maybe it's a feature and not a doc.
No, the feature, I don't know, but it should just... Should we read the documentation?
Nah. You know what? It might have not picked up the fact that there's a new file. Can you try to restart it in your console?
Well, that's true, because we didn't do a... Docusaurus
Marco
there's a config file.
Yeah, we might have to add it in the config.
You're the best. If you read the documentation, you can figure out how to do things. If not, you try on your own, and then you come across things. Okay, so in here, footer,
but this
title,
is the footer,
items,
copyrights, presets. Which is cool though.
Yeah, but where is my? I don't know.
Well, inside docs, there's an item called docs and there's an
Yeah.
item blog. But
Go to sidebars. There's a sidebars. Jason, we really should start looking at things.
we should
Matthias,
start
you're the
reading stuff.
best.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, look
This
at
is so
that.
bad.
Look at that. Look
Okay,
at
so
that.
let's
Look at
add doc
that.
4 here.
Did we just add
I thought it would be automated, like automagical.
Well, maybe, yeah, because Nook's content does it automatically for us, doesn't it, right?
Yeah, we're used to all the magic stuff.
Yeah, but this is good because that means you can create as many as you want.
You can choose exactly what is where.
And
nice.
put it where you want to put it. So even if it's in that folder, because here what we're doing is we're only adding it to the sidebar. So I reckon it would have worked if we had gone to the extension, like to the slug of it. Because this is like this should have worked, right?
It is working now. It's lovely.
But it's putting it on.
Oh, now it's gone again.
Now it's there.
There it is.
Right? So the problem was we didn't add it to the sidebar. It was actually there. It just wasn't in the sidebar. So ViewPress does that actually, right? You have to add it to the sidebar of ViewPress. You have to actually manually add in those things. So look at that.
That's can you click on edit this page? What happens if you click on edit?
You go to GitHub.
Oh, that's not bad.
I don't have rights to go to Facebook and edit the Docusaurus master of the website.
Nope. That's fine.
But obviously you would put in your own link to your own
That's
GitHub.
actually really decent.
Yeah, which is what we do in Nook's content, right? We have that edit button and you can actually go in and edit the GitHub page. I'm guessing...
Actually, with Nook's content, you can also double click and edit the form field.
Well, that's different. That's in actually editing in here. That's the cool thing about Nook's content. You can click here and edit, and that's amazing. Is my most favorite feature. So this doesn't have this.
Yes, right? I do that all the time.
But this is really cool. So if there's anyone out there in the chat today who does not have a blog, like you have absolutely no excuse now because you could actually create one. Like we've created it in 10 minutes, right?
This is ridiculously easy.
You can just get rid of that if you don't want docs, and you can change. Can we change our my
So
site
can
name?
you statically render this? Do you know? Can we just go Jamstack?
I want to just change this to. I'm going to change it to Debbie and Tim, and see, look, the organization name Facebook. So that would be like my.
Here you can actually put yes.
Yeah, and project name, usually your repo name. So I'd create a repo on GitHub called Docusaurus, right? I could put this, I could change this to Debbie Tim, for example, Debbie Tim React, right? On the nav bar, I want to put the title being Debbie and Tim. Oops, here we go. And we can put our logo, right? This is really cool. Items, so we can go to docs. So I could add another item there if I wanted to. Let's do that in a second. We're going to break something in a minute. Look, Debbie and Tim. Woohoo. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Beautiful? I really love the homepage. Like it's very similar to ViewPress, right? It's kind of like, you know.
But all these things are because this is the right way to do it, basically. You just use different tools to get there.
It's just quick and easy though, isn't it? And obviously, like, look, we've automatically got, dark mode.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
so, go to GitHub.
Can we figure out if you can output this as a Jamstack website? Because then suddenly you have everything that you want.
We need to build. I seen a thing. Introduction, maybe installation. I seen a build command.
We could potentially look at the package JSON.
We could.
There it is.
Content will be generated in the build directory, which can be copied to any static file hosting service like Dispersal or Netlify. Awesome. Yes, you rock. So yeah.
Okay, so making your blog is now no longer complicated.
Yes. And I like this because it's like it's giving you, it's not just docs, right? And I think that's one thing we focus on with the Nook's content. We focus on docs. And this is kind of focusing on, hey, like what ViewPress does. It's like focusing on, hey, you want a blog? Here's a blog.
You don't. It's just on how it's perceived because I use Nook's content for an e-commerce website.
Look at this. Hello.
Is that a tag that you edit?
It's already like, oh my God, it's giving me all these tags. Oh my God, this is so cool. Like, you don't even have to program this, right? This is all done for you.
Debbie, based on this kind of thing, we will not have a job anymore in 2-3 years.
I really like this. This is really cool. Can we try and do something really weird and different, right? So
let's try the MDX thing.
I want to do
right?
this. I want to do this. I want to add another one. So let's call it, I don't know what we call it, live, for example, right? And this is going to be our live. Imagine we were to put all our live streams here, right? So now I need to create a folder called live. This is what I'm guessing. I have absolutely no idea
We're
what
really
I'm
assuming
doing,
things here,
everyone.
but let's try.
I need to put it at, let me just, you know what I'll do? I'll
yes, root level.
this, right? And call it live. Oops, spell it right. Right? And I mean, it doesn't matter. We'll just call it
Maybe
duck1.
This could be enough. Well, you have this slug thing there. That might screw it up.
Right, let me remove those, right, just so I don't get complicated. Delete, 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 Debbie, delete. Right, okay, yes, move that to trash. And let me call this live1, just so we don't get like, you know, hang on. If I click in here and press enter, I can change that.
Yeah, you found that out recently, right?
I know,
on Windows,
it's like, and I still get used to it.
I'm still getting
used to it. I'm like, and okay, so now this is going to be live1. And it's going to be, we are live. And let's just, yeah, the same live. And the slug, I'm just guessing because it's a home slug. Let's remove all this. And let's put in, oops, there we go. This is our live page for all our live stuff, right? Okay, now I'm guessing, if anyone is in the chat,
sidebar.js
is going to help. We have to go to sidebar exactly to add it to the sidebar, right?
Oh, maybe not. Wait, maybe not, because this is not a sidebar. This is on the top. We did it in the config.
In the config.
Let's just run it and see.
Let's have a look. Look at this. Look at this. Whoa. Does this work? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Watch this. Watch this. Woo! Page not found. Oh yeah. I was so close. I was so close.
No, but that's because of the slug thing, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Let's go back to live1.
Oh, you know what? Maybe if we open the source folder, we'll see a docs and a blog file.
Oh, come on. I was so almost
Let's open the code. I think if we open the code, you'll see a blog JSX or something.
What do you mean?
In source. Pages. Oh, maybe not. What does index say? This is the home page.
Ooh, features. This is how you change those like graphics and stuff, right? And icon stuff.
Okay, so this is not the way, because I thought maybe you had to specify the live page as like a JS file.
Like, this is the home page. Oh, spell it right, Debbie. Anyone in the chat know how to do this? I want to just add another link. Just guess.
Well, the link was added for sure. Maybe we have to do something else in the config then.
Okay, let's have a look. We added our items. All right, which is blog. We added live. That's the same. Hi Gary.
What's
up? We are changing the style to dark. That's the footer. The footer is, you know, we don't want to worry about the footer. Presets. Okay, blog, show reading time. Ooh, look, we can just show reading time as well. So we could add that to our live. If
we might have to. Yeah. Do we have to add a live property in that theme thing below?
In the
like where you just copied something, don't we have to add live here also? Or is that just links for the footer?
This is just their items, and it should just go to live. Like, this is exactly the same.
Yeah, so it doesn't know the root that we have.
And maybe because I created a folder, do you think it might just need to reset it? Should we just restart it?
Maybe it needs to just, I'm not sure.
I have no idea, but we're just gonna, like, you know, if in doubt, restart the server. That's my thing.
Yes, that generally reboots something.
Right, we'll leave that to run and see if it picked up the fact that I created a new folder. Okay, it's building. Let's give it a second. Because if not, oh, I have an interactive doc in here, but that shouldn't make
Yeah, we might want to remove that.
Remove that so we don't get confused.
Exactly. No Do we maybe need, no. I was thinking maybe something that's called live.md, so it like
We can put it in here in the sidebar, but this doesn't make a difference. This is like live, and we
This
just
is something else, I think.
yeah, it's just adding it to the sidebar, but I just want to do it anyway
Well, let's do it anyways.
because it's cool. Right.
Yeah, we'll learn as we fail.
Docs blog live. No, damn it.
Not yet.
We could not find what you're. I like that. I like that you get a page not found. That's cool. So what are we doing wrong here? What are we doing?
Oh boy, I have 3 minutes left. We better fix it.
No way. Should we look at the documentation?
Yes.
Configuration.
Maybe guides
Guides.
to add another page.
Creating pages. Yes. So creating pages.
There we go. You see, you do need to add a page in the source.
In the source.
Hey Norbert, what's up?
Source.
Thanks for joining.
I'm not sure if because this is like blog, and it's just to set up your site's blog. Start by creating a blog directory. Like we kind of did that, right?
But you know what? Maybe they made docs and blog their special types, and everything else we have to do ourselves.
Yeah.
This is kind of what it looks like to me.
Yeah. So if we do a page,
well, let's just
page.
Okay, we might not want to add a React page. Go down. Add a Markdown page. It says next chapter. Right top. You can check. This is it.
Okay.
Oh, you have to do it in source pages.
That's
weird. Yeah, and maybe copy some. Oh, you know what? That folder might just be only sidebar things. Do we need to rebuild something?
No idea. Absolutely no idea. We just created live, but we created live, not live MD.
Oh, we have already the live one ID somewhere else, right?
Yeah, like we're gonna mess up this a little bit, so we should rename it.
Oh, no. You can keep this and put the slug/live in it.
Oh.
I'm just going off all the assumptions I'm allowed to make here. Here you see slug.
Yeah.
And now we might add slug live something. Like /live. And maybe make the ID something else because we have a duplicate ID now.
Live 2 and
whatever.
Live stream, so we're not mixing up any lives, right? So now if we go in here, we should get live.
Yeah, but now that's not going to work because that thing on the top, that if you click on the live link on the top, it will go to /live.
Yes.
You see? So if we now make a markdown file that connects to /live, it might work. The slug should be live. So it connects up from what you have in the URL. I'm just assuming here.
You think?
No, I don't know. No.
Okay, we failed again. Can you believe it, Tim?
Well, we started
did
out
really well, right? We did really well.
Yeah.
We need to study a little bit more.
I do have another meeting starting ASAP.
No worries.
However, I think this was fun. The one piece of feedback I might have for the stream is that we didn't actually do much React.
Well, we just built an application in React without using React. That's cool.
Yeah, which is not bad.
I mean,
that's kind of fun.
It's kind of just showing you how easy React is, that you actually don't need to know React to build a
website.
The
ecosystem is so wide. Like the one thing I'd love to say is like yesterday I was invited to a Clubhouse. How do you call those? Like panel discussion.
Yeah.
And it was just about JavaScript.
Yeah.
And there were some American people who invited me. I'm like, cool, I'm a panelist in Clubhouse now. And then they proceeded to only talk about React, and I had zero to add. And this is like, there's so much in React, and all of the US basically uses it. And so it's a nice world for us to dive into, right?
But this is a great start to get into React, right? What we've just done. And then you can just start in that and build an application and then learn React little by little. I think that's a great way to start if you're just starting. Just take Docusaurus and start building and add your JSX components in there and kind of figure it out a little bit, and you can visually see it in a very quick and easy way. I think I've really
the Docusaurus is something, if we use more React and you need to do some sort of docs or whatever, or a quick blog, this is clearly the way to go.
You want to see more about Bit? Thank you, Matthias.
Actually, Matthias, me too.
Let's do
Because
this. Let's
Matthias
do
and I
this
used to
next
work
week.
together.
Right? Let's program it. Let's actually organize it and actually put it like a time on it so people know that we're going to go live instead of just going, let's go live.
I like it.
Right. Let's do that next week.
Right. Yeah, because we could have really used it where we work. I used to work with him, and we were like, that would be cool.
No, Bit is amazing, and you know, when the new version is out, like it's actually in public beta at the moment, so you could actually try it out. But shh, don't tell anyone because we're still fixing things, right? But next week it's going to be so solid, and we're going to do a live stream on it. I'm going to show you all it. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love it. But yeah, this has been fun, Tim. Thank you again.
Definitely.
Debbie and Tim Fridays have got to stay. We've got to do this always. I think it's cool. And thank you everyone in the chat for being here, for watching, for helping us. And you all rock. So I'd love to see you all create a Docusaurus website and then tweet it and tell me all about how your experience is. And if you figure out how to add a folder, let me know and I'll do it. This has been great. Thank you, everyone. And yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Cheers.